Welcome to the online video resources for head and neck by numbers. My name is Felicia Sigurd, and I am a dental hygienist and the author of Head and Neck by Numbers. I will also be your guide through the names, locations, and relationships outlined in the text. So let's start with how we use the text. It is very important that you do not write the names on the pictures. The whole point is that you're going to write the number that associates with the other page. So then you can flip it around with that coil binding and just look at the image and quiz yourself. So we'll go through, if you're looking at figure 1, the way it would work is I would say number 1 is superior, and on the screen will flash the image of what you need to color. Now, these videos were made to be short, so I'm not going to just stand here while you color, so feel free to pause me, color, and then start again. Now, we have to get something straight. I am not giving you the grade for this class. So if you find that there's a discrepancy between my book and what your teacher tells you, go with your teacher, okay? But other than that, I think that your teacher and I are both helping you to be a better student and learn anatomy in fun and interesting and hopefully helpful ways. Figure 31 is the inferior alveolar nerve block. In anatomy, it's really easy to divide things into systems: the skeletal system, muscular system, vascular, nervous, etc. But that starts to fail you when you get to local anesthesia. You have this moment where you're looking into your patient's mouth and you need a comprehensive idea of what you're seeing. And it's pretty hard to do if you've got the pterygoid plexus from figure 14 and the maxillary bone from figure 2 and the parotid gland from figure 24. So I took these images to combine it all together so you can see how they each interact and so you can be a better clinician. Number 1 is the mandible. The soft tissue has been dissected so you can see the arteries and nerves that are underneath. Number 2 is the coronoid notch. Number 3 is the lingual nerve. While this isn't a branch of the inferior alveolar nerve, they run parallel along the inside of the ramus. Number 4 is the lingula. This is the bony projection that covers the mandibular foramen. Number 5 is the mandibular foramen. The inferior alveolar nerve and artery use this foramen to enter the mandible. Number 6 is the inferior alveolar nerve. Number 7 is the inferior alveolar artery. Number 8 is the parotid gland. Number 9 is the medial pterygoid muscle. There is one major area anesthetized by the inferior alveolar nerve. The rest are anesthetized because of branches or just proximity. The first is the pulps of all of the mandibular teeth. The next is the buccal mucosa of the mandibular, anterior, and premolar teeth. These are innervated by the mental nerve, and the mental nerve is a branch off of the inferior alveolar nerve. The next 3 areas are not innervated by the inferior alveolar nerve. In fact, they are innervated by the lingual nerve. But when you are administering the inferior alveolar nerve block, the lingual nerve is very close in proximity and can easily be anesthetized also. Those 3 areas include the lingual mucosa for all mandibular teeth, assuming that the lingual nerve has been anesthetized. The anterior 2/3 of the tongue, again assuming that the lingual nerve has been anesthetized. And the floor of the mouth, again assuming that the lingual nerve has been successfully anesthetized.